Ooh, ooh. No, I'm just kidding. It's me, Stanley Yelnats. I'm your host, and this is Handful of Halloween. Now, I recommend you go and empty your bladder because we're going to be showing you the spookiest and scariest things you will ever see in your life. So if you don't, your couch will be dripping. Don't say I didn't warn you. Stay tuned. Hey, here we go. Handful of Halloween 2017.
Yeah.
All right, here I am with Josh Crean. He's
Hey,
a
guys.
Maryland construction worker, as you all know. We've been on the show before. So Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Construction's all good.
Yeah, it's scary?
No, I'm a brave boy.
Oh, okay.
Scary for the common folk.
Well, I'll tell you what is scary, and that's this game we're about to play, all right? Let's get our certified technician out here, and we're going to play a game called Pin the Boo on the Ghost. Get us into the Halloween spirit, get us into the swing of things. I know everybody's not really ready for Halloween yet. This will get you ready, so if you would, please. So the goal here is we're going to hold these Boo Post-it notes, and we have to try and post it onto the mouth of the ghost. The ghost can do whatever they want, and we have to cover our eyes, and we'll see how it goes. So Josh, if you would cover your eyes with your right hand and,
All right.
and do whatever
Can I switch
you want.
hands?
You can do whatever you want.
Oh, sweet. Hey, okay. So I gotta... All right. My goal is to get it onto her mouth?
Yes.
All right.
Keep trying. You're almost there.
Yep. Am I?
Yep.
I hear movement. This is scary.
All right, we'll bring it back quick.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna restart here, and I will also.
You'll get a boo?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Close your eyes. Okay.
Oh, something touched me.
Was it close? Hey, that was pretty close. It's on the floor here. You can't see it, but it's kind of close. Our ghost here thinks that they can escape all of our Boo Post-it notes, but I think that's kind of messed up.
Blur these out, boy.
This ghost wants to fight me. Okay, we're gonna retry here. Okay, ghost, we're gonna do one where you stand still.
Okay.
And that'll be our control. Okay, ready?
Do we both go same time?
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
I missed.
How do we do? Hey, that's not too bad.
Hey, okay, yeah.
Look at that. Boo. Hey, that's pretty scary.
We did it.
All right. You can go now, ghost. Thank you so much for being a ghost. So that was terrifying.
She was scary.
We're going to go ahead and show you guys a quick video, and that video will surely terrify you if this one has not. So why don't you go ahead and roll that tape. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, was that scary or what? Come on.
Oof.
How scared were you on a scale of 1 to 10, Josh?
I'd give it a 9.5.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, 9.5 out of what exactly?
out of 8.
Yeah, I'd say 9.5 out of 8 is a fair assumption. That was pretty scary. Aliens, very real possibility with all of outer space and stuff like that, coming down to abduct people, coming down to abduct dogs especially.
Yeah.
They're a very vulnerable species, I would say. They only have 4 legs. They can't do a lot with them. So.
I knew that's what happened, like when you leave your dog at home alone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I have always been afraid of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah, like the dog like attacking your alien and stuff.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens. So with that alien, we can kind of go into the topic of how dogs talk to aliens and stuff, but that's for another day. So we're gonna run quick to a commercial, and then when we come back, you got Kevin's countdown. We're gonna count down the top 8 spookiest, scariest, craziest, freakiest, scariest pictures on the world.
Yeah.
Here we are, a handful of Halloween, and we're going to show you some incredibly disturbing photos that you guys will never be able to erase from your memory, and then we're going to talk about them. Give the old handful commentary. You know us guys, we talk about stuff sometimes, and so here we are about to talk about it. So here we go. Let's look at the pictures.
Oh my.
What we got here is Shaquille and a seal. So Shaq and this seal, I don't know when this photograph was taken, but it's pretty scary. It's going to start our list at number 8. It is the top 8, by the way.
I can't tell who's terrified more in that picture.
Yeah, so that's a really big controversy over this picture. Is what's more scary, is the seal or Shaquille?
Yeah.
I would say Shaquille is only because he shows so much emotion in this photo, explaining his reaction to this seal being so close to him. What do you think, Josh?
I think the seal was terrified of Shaq, and he enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good assumption. We can go to the next picture then, number 7. So
Oh, no.
What's disturbing about this picture is not necessarily the crispy feet on the right, but you've got this person, and no offense to the person or people with toes like this, but it just seems a little bit unhealthy. So I can't say I don't have toes like this, but we can only hope that the angles are a healthy nature. I heard of the 45-degree rule. You can't have your toes more than 45 degrees away from the inside of your foot. So we're
Are
gonna
the legs
hope so.
on the right a dog's?
Yes.
Those look like dog feet.
Yeah. So what do you think about those toes, man?
I mean, the toes. Oh God, no. Just no.
Yeah.
Don't put them near me.
You wouldn't put them in your bathtub?
God, no.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we'll go to number 6. Okay, so there's this guy. I don't really know. He's just like an alligator and a guy, and he's there, and I guess his name is Jake, and he's got like a cult following, and he's in a museum. And so this is Jake, the alligator person guy, and I would think he's scary, but I don't, because he's old and mummified, and so he can't possibly hurt me, possibly could curse me. What do you think, Josh?
I think that, the gator part is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what one of those would look like today and how they'd act when confronted with Shaq and a seal.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an age-old rivalry, alligator men and Shaquille O'Neal seals.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to number 5. There you go. So a face swap picture of Shaquille and the seal. This one's pretty self-explanatory. I'd say it's far more terrifying. This is an ancient technique.
I believe that's the ideal state for both of them.
Yeah, I would say so too. They seem happier this way. Somehow you see a smile coming across the seal's face, and Shaq's right cheek seems to indicate he's also smiling. We'll go to number 4. Oh yeah,
Oh,
HP
no.
stock price.
No.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Don't tell me you invested, Josh.
That's one of those real terrors that you got to be afraid of.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of like Shaq and the seal.
Yeah, Shaq is a very real problem in the world here with posing with seals and stuff. So with that stock price, though, if you're investing, that's risky. What would you say you invest in the most, Josh?
Burger King.
BK.
Yeah,
there you go.
With those amazing nugget deals.
Amazing nugget deals. $1.50 for 10 nuggets, $3 for 20 nuggets.
It's
You'll
important.
puke. It's so good. All right, next one.
Oh, that's
Number 3,
spooky.
Halloween special of SpongeBob. It's a classic. All right, we'll skip right next to number 2. Space. Yeah, empty, huge void.
Cold.
Yeah, no air.
It's hot in some parts though.
There's stars. What? There's constellations.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. One of the constellations is a bear, and I'm afraid of bears.
What? There's what are you dressed up as, Josh?
I'm supposed to be scary. I'm a bear.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I'm a bear who drinks soda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Coca-Cola bear.
Well, that makes them relatable and therefore not scary. All right, on to number 1, the scariest image ever in history. Let's see what it is. Cigarettes.
Oh.
No, no, no. Don't smoke, people. Cigarettes are terrifying. You stack them up a bunch to get. You can make like sculptures out of them, and they're almost as scary as space alone. So when there's a bunch of them, you're in trouble, people. All right, so hopefully I didn't scare you guys too much. It's just in the Halloween spirit. I don't mean to disturb anybody. I tried to warn you as best I could. I know it's going to be a problem for some people, but me and Josh are pretty tough.
Yeah.
We're out here in our costumes to try and be scary and try and be festive. So we're going to come back after a commercial with an even more festive thing, which is ghost stories with a twist. So don't go anywhere. Here we are with Handful of Handsome, the Halloween special I call Handful of Halloween. Okay, so what we got today is a game, and it's called Ghost Stories with a Twist. Okay, this ghost story game is no ordinary ghost story game. All right, so if you think you're tough, you think you tell good ghost stories, you're wrong. So we got a special guest here. His name is Maxwell Harlem Globetrotters. So here he is.
So I decided to wear the scariest costume of all, a public auditor.
Yeah, that got me good, Max.
It's too much.
Hey, good to have you on the show, though.
I can't see out of these.
So, what we're gonna do here is we're going to read ghost stories, or excuse me, we're gonna make up ghost stories, but we're gonna read words, and we have to use those words in the ghost story. So, I'll have a word, I'll say blah blah blah, I'll use the word, then it's your turn to continue the story, say blah blah blah, use the word, and then we move on and take turns that way.
All right.
So, let's get our first words out here. Okay, so let's start it off. So there's this guy, right? There's this guy. He's walking along, and he goes to a diner. He orders 2 pancakes, 1 egg, and 3 sausage links, and 2 hash browns, and a cup of water, and some white toast, and a side of rye bread, and he gets the wrong order, so he has to go back to the kitchen, and he gets back okay, so then he orders a banana.
Okay. So after he orders the banana, what happens is he eats the banana, he has a grand old time. It's a delicious big banana. And after he's finished, he asks for the check. But the thing is, the banana only costs 11 cents.
So, this guy, this unnamed man who gets this disturbing check, goes up to the waiter and he says, how much is this banana actually? It should be more than this. And the waiter actually tells him that it's going to be free, and then he spits into a spittoon.
So after that, what happens is the man who spits in the spittoon looks over at our hero. We'll call him Bob.
Bob.
All right. He looks over at Bob, and he goes, "So, you gonna finish that plate of spaghetti?"
So Bob, of course, is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna finish the spaghetti, dude." But sure enough, the waiter turns into a pile of algae.
And after that, all right, Bob takes a step back and he looks around, and it turns out he wasn't in a diner the whole time. The whole time.
What was he in?
He was. I forgot my word. He was in a lake. He was in a lake, and the only thing he had was a cup of Joe.
Oh, yeah. So he says, "God, I wish I knew how to get out of this situation." He says, "Every time I see a movie, I always fall asleep." And there's like that one scene in like Chronicles of Narnia, and they're like in a similar situation, kind of in And he's like, I could have got out of this.
So Atticus Finch shows up.
And he says, Bob, you know, I'd love to be your defense attorney. I've done cases way harder than this. And Bob says, look, I just got to get out of here. I didn't even eat breakfast. My banana was extremely cheap. My waiter turned into algae, and now all my friends are dead.
So Atticus turns around, looks at Bob and says, Bob, you're pushing me to the edge. I can't take this anymore.
So Bob says, please, I'll make amends and I'll make it up to you by giving you a 30-second handshake.
$10, $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30. So that concludes our story.
Okay, there you go. That's the first ghost story.
That's the first
We'll
ghost
move on to the next one. Okay. So this story starts out, and it's called The Salvation Army of the Dead.
All right. So imagine our hero, Ryan Lindbergh, on top of a hill, overlooking his entire Salvation Army.
Of the dead, yeah. And so
dead.
he's like, God, this is a great army, but I need another one.
So he reaches in his pocket and pulls out a paper clip.
So with that paper clip, he says, I am going to create another army of the dead by imbuing this paper clip with the power of the sun and turning the sky a bright crimson.
And he looks directly at his new army and goes, men, we need to have some partial justice.
Okay, so then he's like, God, I'd love to get started on this, but you know, I have some stuff to do. I got to run to the grocery store. So he runs to the grocery store. He pulls out his grocery list, and sure enough, at the top of the list is a big old 10-gallon bucket of almond milk.
So after taking a look at that big old 10-gallon bucket of almond milk, he makes it over to the almond milk aisle, and there's so many different things that he could have chosen, right? There's strawberry almond milk. There's strawberry almond milk. There's chocolate almond milk. There's orange almond milk. There's strawberry almond milk. And he goes, man, I sure wish it was Bro Tank Tuesday.
And so then he says, he runs to the register, and he's like, God, now I'm kind of disappointed because I thought it was Bro Tank Tuesday, and here I am wearing this Bro Tank looking for almond milk. But when in reality, all he had in his basket was a salmon.
Okay, so I didn't see the thing. Okay, so after seeing that salmon, he's like, man, this salmon is sleek, sexy, and a combination of both. And a combination of both.
Okay, and then what? So then he's like, you know, I was just watching that court case on TV where he saw OJ acquitted, and he's like, wow, I wonder how much he paid OJ's dream team for his army of salvation.
Exactly. And that is the end of that story. Let's just take a quick minute. Let's all give a round of applause for Hannibal Burgers, everybody. Get a shot of Hannibal Burgers,
Hannibal
everybody.
Burgers. Hey, Hannibal
Congratulate
Burgers.
Hannibal Burgers,
Yeah,
everybody.
Hannibal
Great
Burgers.
job.
Great person there.
Great
yeah.
person right there.
Hannibal
So what's our
Burgers.
next story?
So we got our next story. It's going to be the text choice. So Hannibal Burgers is just going to yell out some words for us to use, and then...
First word is hokey pokey.
Okay, first word, hokey pokey. That's me.
Old milk.
Old milk. Gotcha.
Okay, hokey pokey. Okay. Also, make sure we don't, overtell this story here, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, so Hokey Pokey. So a man named Hokey Pokey.
Drinks some old milk.
Okay, so he's dancing and okay, so Snoop Dogg. Okay, so he's dancing. He starts, really dancing. I mean, this guy's dancing, dude. Okay, so he's getting into it, and then sure enough, pulls up an old Coupe de Ville, rolling on, the whole thing, and then out comes Snoop Dogg.
And then he says, "Ocean Man, hold my hand."
If you love her, let her go. Like a million alligators.
Okay, so if you love her, let her go.
Like a million alligators.
Okay, so sure enough, Snoop Dogg takes his hand and he takes him on a journey to the great beyond. So he says, Snoop Dogg, now that we're here, now that we're in eternity, I have one piece of advice for you, and that's if you love her, you gotta let her go, man.
And Snoop Dogg goes, "Man, you look like $1 million."
So where's a million alligators?
$1 million alligators. You look like $1 million alligators.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the show. Here we are, and we're saying goodnight. Happy Halloween.
Absolutely wasn't a train wreck.
We tried to scare your pants off, and I bet you're sitting on your couch pantsless right now. You look pretty dumb. So thanks. Have a great night. Tune in next week, 7:30. Like TV 10 on Facebook. Keep it real. Peace up. A-Town down.